don't get me wrong. I do love a book that has a whole bunch of words I've never seen used before. I love those 3, 4, 5 syllable words about the what? Hold on, let me go look that up real quick. Dang, that's a really dope word to say that something is hot. That's crazy. That's a cool word right there. I love learning new words. However, though, on the other end of the spectrum, I love simple yet applicable nuggets of information. Oftentimes, the very learned people that want to go back and save the common folks, their message gets lost in translation because the average individual, especially in America, reads at a 5th to 6th grade level. So when you want to get out here and using all these big words and all this vocabulary that isn't commonly used, even though you mean well, your message is being diluted. That's why you have to break things down to the simplest components, and that's what you give to the common man. You see what I'm saying? If you're so smart, if you're so learned, you need to be able to break down what you know to someone that's never heard it before. How well do you know something if you can't teach it to a novice, to a beginner? How good of a teacher are you if you can't start somebody from zero and get them up to speed, right? That's why I've always followed, what's it called? A Combs knife, I believe. I thought it was scissors or knife, something sharp that you're not supposed to run with. You feel me? Well, a Combs scissors, a Combs knife, whatever, where it's like basically the simplest answer is usually the best, right? So when I saw this nugget, ironically, in the comment section of a video, it really made me want to sit back and talk about it in my own convoluted, roundabout type of way, where they said that people need to get back to making decisions rather than guessing. So let's talk about it real quick. Ironically, like I said, we're going to do this in a convoluted way. When you think of like the Valley Girls, you think of like the rich prep girl from like Beverly Hills or whatever that works at a coffee shop. They all tend to talk like this, where every single sentence that they say sounds like a question. If you were to dictate their words, like it would almost end, every sentence that they say would end in a question mark versus every sentence ending in a period. I'm stating something, I am making a statement, period. Right? Oftentimes people can be very knowledgeable, very passionate in what they are, but because they lack that self-confidence, it's almost like they're waiting for you to finish their sentence for them, right? For example, let's use comic books, and I actually do hold this position. I know I'm gonna piss off a bunch of comic book nerds, but whatever, but I kind of think that Superman is superior to Batman, because like, isn't Batman just human? And Superman's like, I don't know, literally like a god? And I think that Superman is kind of fast enough to avoid kryptonite and he would never get killed by it. Versus, I think Superman is a superior superhero than Batman. It makes no sense that Superman can lose to a human when he's just about as fast as Flash, if not faster. He can break everything, and because Batman has a little rock that he can't just laser beam him from across the city, I don't understand how Superman can lose to Batman. You see? So getting away from that example though, it's like who would you want to lead your business? Who would you want to go into about, hey guys, I think that we should take this left flank. Hey guys, I think that we should execute our business decision to increase our profits in Q2. Or, hey, I think that we need to execute a different strategy to increase our profits in Q2. Hey guys, take that right flank. You see, it's not a statement, it's not a question, it's a command. You see what I'm saying? So when you are making these decisions, do your decisions come with a question mark or do they come with a period? You see what I'm saying? It's like, because it's like, to me personally, I do not feel confident with someone that looks like they're waiting for me to fill in the blanks to validate if they're making the right decision. If you want to be a good leader, learn how to speak like a leader. Stop ending your sentences in question marks and end them in periods, if not exclamation marks. Till the next one.